Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome if you are new. This will be your second quarter moon energy update for April 14th, 2024 through April 23rd. All right, so this week we've got some pretty important energies. On the 15th, we've got the moon moving from Cancer to Leo. We also have the Celtic tree of the month, Willow. And then on the 19th, we've got the sun entering Taurus. The 22nd, we've got Passover, also Earth Day. And then on the 23rd, we've got the full moon in Scorpio, which to me, the 23rd is probably going to be the second most significant day in April, aside from the solar eclipse, of course, that we had on the 8th. All right, so let's get into it. The 15th, the moon moves from nurturing Cancer. Cancer is all about the home turf. And remember, the moon is about your inner landscape, okay? So moving out of Cancer and into strong Leo. Now, when the moon is in Leo, it's most definitely a time for spotlights, right? So prepare yourself for drama with a capital D. It's a fiery theatrical sign that's been known for, its love of big entrances and lavish displays and standing ovations, right? Leo longs for attention and adoration. And it's a fixed fire sign that's ruled by the sun, which is the center of the universe, the creative force from which all life springs. And when the moon is passing through this very fun, showy, courageous sign, we all feel the need to be recognized and applauded and appreciated. When we express ourselves during this time, it's always with a flourish, right? With an eye towards gardening the admiration of the ones that we love. Leo moons make us all feel as if everyone ought to stop and bow and ask which country we own. Right? It's a lot of excitement and pride and emotion, and it can, turn to melodrama and this, fiery energy in the blink of the eye. So just be careful not to let the fire burn too hot in the beginning of the week, right? Because it could easily turn to overreacting or being excessively vain. It's a great time to take in a show or even to star in one. It's a good time to be with children. It's a great time to be unbelievably romantic or to express your feelings to anyone at all. So whether it's a pat on the back or a royal regal parade, it doesn't matter. Leo is quite creative and spontaneous and fun loving. So just don't forget to play. Okay? Don't take things too seriously. Just allow yourself to really be in this very creative, fiery energy. Let's see. And then we've got the Celtic tree of the year, or of the month, Willow. And that's from April 15th through May 12th. And Willow symbolizes regeneration. Willows, when they're cut, they always resprout. So it's a highly flexible wood that's been traditionally used for making baskets. And remember, this is all metaphoric as well, right? So a very good time to be flexible. It's a water-loving tree, so willow symbolizes the emotional balance, right? Water is the emotions. And it's interesting that deserted lovers would wear the green willow to share their grief with others. And it's also a good wood for making magic wands. It's got strong associations with water, and its wood can be used for water divining, water divination. And it's associated, of course, with springtime. The willow moon was known as Salye, and it's believed that a willow planted near your home will keep the danger away, especially the kinds that comes from like storms or floods. The willow tree in Celtic astrology is calm, it's intuitive, it's sympathetic. Willows are highly intelligent and understand the hidden depths of a person and their personality, right? You might feel like you're kind of a realist who has a realistic perspective on life. There's a lot of kindness and politeness, not wanting to cause offense. The spiritual meaning of a willow tree, many see it as inspiring and symbolic of humans' capability to withstand hardship and loss and difficult emotions. And it's also seen as a survivor and a symbol of rebirth. The willow energy is highly intelligent and understands the hidden depths of people in the universe, and with this realistic perspective on life. Known for this very kind, polite energy, but also there's this kind of wicked sense of humor, where you might, really enjoy like joking around with friends at this time. But the willow tree was highly revered for its close association to the water. And then let's see what's next. We've got on the 19th, the sun moves from Aries into Taurus, okay, the bull. And Taurus is ruled by Venus and the second house. It's fixed earth energy. The Taurus energy is stubborn, you think of the bull, and also sensual. Typical Sun and Taurus traits include being hard-headed, being down to earth, practical, tenacious, reliable, loyal, and sensual. The Sun in Taurus is a time to enjoy the best things in life, right? Lounge in bed or indulge in delicious food and drink, right? Breathe in the beauty of nature on a hike. Taurus people revel in the pleasures of life. They crave the security and the comfort of relaxing in the warmth of their home environment. They value the senses and the enjoyment of material things. Right? They're very willful and sometimes can be stubborn. There's a large capacity, however, for kindness, steadfast, devoted, loyal. Okay. Let's see. And then on the 22nd, we've got Passover, begins at sundown. So for those that don't know, Passover in Judaism is a holiday that's commemorating the Hebrews' liberation from slavery in Egypt and the passing over of the forces of destruction, or the sparing of the firstborn of the Israelites when the Lord smote the land of Egypt on the eve of the Exodus. So Passover commemorates the slavery of the Israelites in Egypt and their exodus to freedom, right? And Jews on Passover, the first 2 nights of Passover are marked by a seder, or a ceremonial dinner where friends and family get together and they'll read and retell the story of the Israelites in Egypt. And yeah, I think the key message of the Passover is really, it asks the Jews to remember their past history as slaves in Egypt and resolve to never be part of taking advantage of the less fortunate. And this, again, it's metaphoric, right? So when you know what it's like to be treated or mistreated, then we have to learn, then we do learn how to treat others. Christians also do Passover. It's the redemption from the bondage of sin through the sacrifice of Christ, right? And that's what's celebrated in this. It's a parallel, and I think all of these, or many of these religions have these kind of parallels, especially Christianity. They seem to kind of take on all of these other, they take on pagan and all these other sort of holidays, and they did that because that's how they got people to convert, because some of these old traditions were already in place. They were already doing these things, and so they picked them up so that others would convert. And I just wanted to quick talk about the 4 rules for Passover. It's avoiding leavened bread. Passover is the strictest Jewish holiday when it comes to food. Ridding the house of hametz, fasting of the firstborn, eating matzah, going to synagogue services, and not working. It says 4 rules, but it's more than 4. I don't know why it says 4. But throughout the holiday, people observing the Passover will abstain from eating bread products, and instead they'll eat matzah, which is this square, or sometimes it's this round cracker that symbolizes how the Israelites didn't have time to let their bread rise during their departure from Egypt. All right, and then the last thing I just wanted to touch on real quick, because I'll probably create a whole video for the full moon, but the April full moon is known as the wind moon or the pink moon. And this is the season of love and conception. Okay, April is a good time to focus on romantic relationships, conceiving a child, if that's, what you're wanting. April's a good month for that. And taking continued actions towards your goals, right? Other than the eclipse, like I said, one of the most important days of the month comes on Tuesday, April 23rd, which brings, a full moon into the sign of Scorpio, which amplifies your natural intensity and propensity for introspection. And this lunation may stir a little bit of paranoia, but it's also opening this powerful portal for manifestation. And Scorpio energy is one of my favorites. It's all about transformation and self-discovery, and it's a very magnetic and can be very intense sign, but it empowers you to delve into the depths of your emotions so that you can embrace change and harness your innate power for personal growth and evolution, right? Those with the moon in Scorpio are said to be unafraid of confronting dark truths. So some of these shadows still coming up. But on the contrary, they feel a compulsion to bring those truths to light. Again, there can be a little bit of suspicious energy with this, so just be aware of that. Scorpio energy values honesty, both in themselves and in others, and fear betrayal more than anything else. So that could be part of the shadows that are emerging around, betraying, feeling, like somebody might hurt you or abandon you, these types of things. The Scorpio full moon is highlighting themes of security and transformation. Okay, it's a good time to examine your financial life, especially in terms of relationships, trust, and intimacy. The benefits of the moon in Scorpio moons have an intense emotional depth that really allows them to understand others on a deeper level. Very passionate about your beliefs around this time, which, makes you a strong advocate for causes that you really care about. And additionally, Scorpio energy is known for their loyalty and their commitment in relationships. The negative sign of Scorpio moon, the cons of the moon in Scorpio include struggling with letting go of past hurts, right? A tendency towards jealousy, and a need for control in relationships. And this intensity can sometimes overwhelm others, or even lead them into to retreat into, you know, secrecy. So just be aware of these shadows, you guys. Okay, remember, your thoughts become things, and we have many shadows that are coming up so that we can heal. Be careful what you're giving power to. Spiritual gifts of Scorpio. The biggest gifts you receive from Scorpio moon is this ultra precise intuition and this astute emotional intelligence. Okay, I see it as like being able to kind of peer between the veil or see or uncover hidden information, and you can also easily tune into other people's feelings without them even disclosing them to you, perhaps. One of Scorpio's most potent spiritual gifts is intuition and psychic sensitivity. Okay, Scorpios possess a natural ability to tune into the energies and emotions of others, which makes them really highly empathetic individuals. The chakra that you might want to tap into for this full moon would be the sacral chakra, okay, because it's associated with pleasure, vitality, movement, life force, and the sacral can boost creativity and desire. Okay, so it's a really good time to also consider what it is that you desire. I pulled a couple cards from the Mayan Oracle, one of my new favorite oracles that I have here. Number 8, and it doesn't surprise me that number 8 come out, because this is a really big, we had the eclipse that happened on the 8th. The 8 is the reminder of the connection of all things, okay? And I am gonna read these cards. I'm still learning this deck, and so I just figured I'll learn it right with you guys. And they're just such beautiful cards. I love this deck. Anyway, it says, as humans continue to explore the depths of their genetics and DNA strands, a story will soon begin to reveal your awareness that you and your fellow species have been designed with galactic genetics. This information may shock many, since there is so much false programming in your own education system, but rests as a foundational truth of whom you really are. In particular, your genetics are coded with a light frequency that begins to activate when the human vibrates at a specific frequency. This rapid vibration bursts through trauma and slave programming, allowing for the full potential of your DNA to be revealed, that simultaneously unveils your greater star origins. So many of you could start actually remembering where you come from, or have like remembrances on different star, planets, galactic energy, this type of thing. It says you've now arrived at this junction, and with this opening arrives rivers of new information to reveal whom you really are. You will soon discover that you're built of intergalactic DNA, seeded through the star councils and sent into this Earth school to become the living embodiment of a race where multiple star races live together in co-creative harmony. This is why your Earth school is so intentionally diverse, especially from the human level. For your species was seeded with many galactic races to understand how different races can coexist together in harmony. This can serve for a bumpy ride, as many of you have experienced, but the potential from this journey is universal peace, ushering in a time of intergalactic oneness throughout all the universe. Through this, know how powerful your life truly is, dear one. Each interaction you have with another human can serve as you meeting another galactic species. These encounters upload information into the alive field for how specific races interact with each other and teach future intergalactic societies how to coexist. As the cosmos is never separate from Mother Earth, so too have you always been an intergalactic in nature. Begin to activate this universal awareness by finding common ground with individuals in your life. Rather than imposing your views on others, make today one of listening, sitting back, and seeking to learn from the individuals in your surroundings. This openness takes us away from reaction and guides us into compassion, which is the great unifier of all that is. Know there are times to defend your point of view strongly, and then there are times to listen. You'll find great wisdom by sitting back and listening at this time. Allow the masters in disguise to speak, for they are everywhere. Yeah, so this is about attentive listening and speaking less, higher awareness, greater expansion of consciousness, really, finding common ground and holding compassion, holding space for others. I love it. And then we've got number 11, master teacher number, the central heart. The galactic core is the heart of all of our expansive universe, situated in the center of all galaxies. As a being gets closer to this central field, one begins to merge with a frequency of unconditional love that all of our universe is made up of. In similar context with the macro containing the micro, your heart is the central core for your individual life, providing you with the access point to life, love, well-being, while guiding the central orbit for all that you do. When one is consciously aligned to this region, one's life begins to take on a wonderful meaning, with you naturally aligning to your soul truth and organizing life to revolve around love. Here, your health and emotions naturally become balanced as this field organizes through heart connection. The card of central heart arrives when the pulls of love are seeking to carry you to far-off lands. Your heart in its essence is multidimensional and has bigger plans than the mind can imagine at this point. This card is guiding for a possible U-turn, change of strategy if not following the heart, or change of strategy if not following the heart at this moment. To consciously live through your own heart center guides the human frequency back towards a natural rhythm. The result is contentment, inner joy, and radiating peace. Return to your central heart and allow it to guide you back to the wisdom of your soul. And then an alternate meaning of this card can indicate that a time of romance is ripe in your life. So now it says is a fantastic time to leap forward into the exploration of love and allow the excitement of new possibility carry you into a new adventure. Release the past and explore the new. The additional meanings is peace, relaxation, letting go, love being in the air, romance, partnerships, soulmates, unity, clarity, heart guides. And there is an optional exercise here. I do want to read it because I feel like these little exercises are really beneficial. They're really cute. So it says just to dedicate the entire day to live in your precious heart and to let it guide you on a journey. If you've been too much in your head or your mind space, this process can begin by just simply paying attention to your heart. Okay, note when we mention the heart, we don't refer to the biological organ, but to the energy center located in the central part of your chest. It says stay anchored in heart awareness until the mind has stopped its takeover attempts. Eventually, through consistent refocus towards this region, you'll become anchored here, and then you can begin to ask the heart for guidance. Once established, begin to ask the heart all sorts of questions: where it wants to go, or what it wants to do, how to handle a situation, where it wants to go, even what it wants to eat. And through these simple empowerments, the heart begins to have a larger influence on your consciousness and eventually guides the way to larger life decisions. So let love be your guide, right? This is the fabric of our universe. Thank you guys so much for liking the video. Every time you like the video, it gets put out there a little bit more, so it helps even more people. And I am dearly grateful for all of you that continue to like and share and comment. I love hearing from you guys. Yeah, do make sure you are subscribed and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be notified of upcoming videos. Love you guys.